Днес ще ви разкажем за Старата църква Свети Константин и Елена.
Today we're going to talk about the old church, Svetý Konstantin and Elena.
Тя е построена по време на турското робство за 7 нощи и е имало поверие, че ако не е по-висока от турчин качен на кон, нямат право да я съборят.
It was built for 7 days and there is a sueveria, a superstition. It was built for 7 days and there was a law back then that no church could be taller than a Turk or an Ottoman on a horse.
Това е кръст.
This over here is a cross.
Това е ангелче.
This is an angel.
А това е годината на създаване 1806.
And this is the year it was built, 1806.
По архитектурата не се личи, че е църква на външен вид. Това е за да може турците да не разберат какво е всъщност. Построена е в дъбова гора за по-голяма сигурност.
So the church, So the church was built, as you guys can see, exactly the same, almost exactly the same as all of the other houses, with the one difference that it has this circular dome on the front. Yeah, this circular dome right here is the only thing that separates it from the other homes, and this was done on purpose because, again, this was done during Ottoman occupation, and they didn't want people to know, the Ottomans to know that there was a church here. It was actually hidden inside of the forest. And the bell was actually on a tree, and people would just ring the bell, again, hidden from the Ottomans.
Църквата няма прозорци. Това е единствената дупка, през която влиза светлина.
The church has no windows. This is the only opening where light comes in.
Тези гради се наричат сантрачи и ги има на всички останали къщи, защото като предпазват от земетресения.
So over here you see that there are wooden planks in between the stone. They're called in Bulgarian santrachi, and they're intended to protect against earthquakes because we're in an earthquake zone.
Това са надгробни плочи, вероятно на свещениците, които са служили в църквата, а тук надолу е старото гробище на селото. Това е воденичен камък.
As you guys can see, over here we have old graves. Most likely they belong to the priests that used to be part of the old church. It's not proven, but that's usually what's done in Bulgaria. Behind us is the village's old cemetery. The new cemetery is further down, but it's full of bones back there. And over here we have, you guys can see the entrance is just a plain old grinding stone. And the reason is because people back then, they were rushing, right, to build it within 7 nights. And they just grabbed whatever they could to build it quickly and also make it look like a stable. They told the Ottomans that they were actually building a stable so that the Ottomans wouldn't come and destroy the church. And there was a law that if they kept the 7 days, once they put the roof up, the Ottomans cannot come and destroy the structure.
Са автентични свещеници, този тук, а това са подновени. По-дебелите свещички са се набучквали, по-тънките са се увивали. А от тук можете да видите дупката, през която влиза светлина, която споменахме в началото.
These over here are old authentic candle holders. These over here are renovated newer ones. And over here, the thick spikes that you see would hold thick candles, and the skinny candles, they would just wrap around so they would be able to stand up. And when you look over there in the back, you see the hole in the back that we talked about where the light would come in, the only light in the entire church.
Когато се строили, са спазили всички правила за построяването на една християнска църква. Има предверие, основна част и олтар. В предверието влизат тези, които все още не са сключили брак и не са преминали към християнството, а в основната част онези, които вече са официално християни.
So to translate, the church was built in the traditional style. Here where you are right now is the entrance. Then you have the main hall, and then you have the altar. In the entrance would go people who were not married and who still weren't officially part of the church, and they would be checked to make sure that their intentions are pure. Once they are essentially approved, they were able to come into this main hall right here.
Подобно на всяка християнска църква, отдясно се намира иконата на Исус Христос, отляво тази на Света Богородица, а до нея иконата на светците, чието име носи храма, свети Константин и Елена.
As is traditional in Bulgarian churches, on the right side you have Jesus Christ. Over here you have
Her
Mary.
mother.
Yes, Mary, Mother of God. And over here you have the saints after which this church was named, Constantine and Elena. Saint Constantine and Elena.
В селото е имало човек, който е бил в един от манастирите на полуостров Атон, и този полюлей е дарение от него. И има поверие, че като стъпиш на тази плоча, хващаш се едно камъче от полюлея с лице към олтара, като си пожелаеш нещо, то ще се сбъдне.
So there was a priest from Aton who brought over this chandelier that you see here, and it's considered a holy chandelier because if you step right over here and grab the stone like this, looking in that direction and make a wish, your wish will come true. And over here on the stone that you see, it's written in Old Greek over here. And in this section, it's very hard to see. There are biblical scenes, which I'll go into full detail later.
Както във всяка християнска църква, тук също има столове, но естествено по-автентични, на които хората, когато идват на служба, са сядали, а многобройните дупки в стените, които виждате, са за по-добра акустика по време на служба и също ги има в днешните църкви.
What you see here are authentic. I think it's pretty clear. And this is where the people would sit while the priest would go about all of their church business. And in the walls, you're going to see that there are holes all around the church. And this is for acoustic purposes. It's so that the music and the priests and the voices of the people were heard much louder and much more grandiose. And inside of the holes, there's actually little clay, something like pots, delvichki in Bulgarian, little pots where the sound would go inside, echo, and come out like a microphone.
И това е нашата прекрасна селска църква. Старата. Има и нова, но тази е старата църква. Благодарим ви, че изгледахте част 1, другата седмица ще качим част 2 и се надяваме да се видим там. And there you guys have it. You have finally visited our old village church. I know this has been a request from a lot of you guys for, I think, a year now. It was a lot of work to get permission and to really delve into all of the information that we wanted to share. And the best part is, this is only part 1. We're going to be making part 2, which I'm going to post next week, where you're really going to see some more of this amazing church. This is actually a very famous church all across Bulgaria. It's pretty hard to get to, so we don't get too many tourists, but when we do, they always pass by our house, and we've even had some stayovers from it. So it's really cool to meet new people through this church. So, oh, and one more thing that I wanted to share, we will share next week, but my boyfriend's grandmother. So the woman who filmed is my boyfriend's sister, and the girl who was speaking is his niece. The little girl is his other niece. And their grandmother is really the woman who worked hard to restore and maintain this church. So many thanks to her. This is in her honor as well as in the honor of my grandpa and our families, as well as our village in general. As always, thank you to you guys for watching, and if you choose to subscribe, just make sure you click that little bell toggle so that you get notifications on the new videos, including part 2 of the old church. Thanks again for watching, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed.